because you were already out here. I came out after you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. If you don't already know who we are, we're Martin and Chelsea Matthews, owners of M Wealth Group, married in business together with 125 years combined experience. It's like 25, 20 something. I'm losing count.
She kidnapped me a few years ago and forced me to work for her.
That's exactly what I did. And he is so lucky because all his dreams came true and it was the best kidnapping he's ever had. So now we are here to share with you our successful actions, not in kidnapping, in personal and financial development.
We'll not teach you how to kidnap somebody.
No, we will teach you how to kidnap.
How to be
wealth.
free. Yeah.
Today we're talking about building wealth, what to look for, because this could be a very confusing topic. A lot of people, most people I would say, they have any aspirations in life, want to build some amount of wealth. And it can be confusing going out there and trying to find the right information, because you see a lot of people talking online like us about wealth, but how do you know that it's the right information for you? So we're going to talk about some ways that you can tell of what is the right information for you in your specific financial situation, position, and then like what's the exact next steps for you in your personal wealth journey to get to the next level and where you want to go.
Yeah, first of all, let's start with what is wealth anyway? Because a lot of people talk about this generational wealth, all these different things. What is wealth? If you look at the origin of the word wealth, it meant like prosperity and in good health. So your wealth was very much tied to your health. It meant abundance in all areas of your life. So if I want to build wealth, I can't just narrowly think about it through finances or just money as a whole. Wealth itself is fully encompassing. It looks at all these different things. When it comes to your financial wealth, though, there are specific things that you ought to be looking at and thinking about and doing that's customized for you. So, for example, yesterday we're having a conversation with one of our clients, and our clients are in different financial positions and have different interests. So, two of our clients were talking to me yesterday. One of them loves real estate. His whole game plan is pushing towards real estate. So we were discussing and identifying the right types of real estate that he wants to go after. What location, where, what type of real estate, what's a target rate of return, what are the steps we need to do specific to him. Then we have another client who we're talking to who like commodities. They like precious metals and they like crypto. So we were discussing how you can actually hold precious metals in your retirement account and holding crypto assets in your retirement account and different things like that, and using retirement accounts to buy properties. So understand that those people were having discussions based on their specific situation. If all I told them was, you guys all need to put money into an index fund, that's not what they want to do. The person who wants to buy real estate doesn't want to dump their money in an index fund. The other people who like precious metals and who likes crypto, they don't want to dump their money into an index fund. So generic advice does not work for everybody. It has to be things that are specific to you. What are you interested in? What's your way to do it? And then somebody else we're talking to also, their wealth comes from their business. They focus on growing and expanding their business. They're not trying to take money and dump it into a bunch of other people's businesses. When you buy stocks, that's what you're doing. Nothing against stocks, but when you buy a stock, you are betting on somebody else's business. You're saying, I trust this other person that I don't even know, the CEO of that company. I trust them to run the business better, to do better, to make enough profits than me putting that money into my own self and my own business where I have more control.
But even beyond that, you're also putting your trust in the investors, in the stockholders, because the stock market is manipulated. It doesn't mean just how well the business is doing. Sometimes businesses aren't profitable. They're not doing well. It is not based on how well they're doing. It's based on how well people who are willing to invest think that they're doing or could do. Yeah. Or if somebody who has a lot of the stock decide they want to sell it, they could take it. Yeah. So you're not only putting your bet on the business itself, but the investors who oftentimes have no idea what they're doing. And so there's a lot of what ifs that you're betting on, and it's not betting on you.
So you reduce your control. Somebody says, I trust Elon. Exactly. When people invest, whenever you're investing in some company or some stock, you're buying a stock, a lot of times people will bet on the founder. Hey, I trust this guy, or I believe this guy, or I like this guy, his track record, whatever it is. And they will invest in companies based on what that person's doing. So I bet you if Elon ever took Twitter public, tons of people will go invest in Twitter. But SpaceX, Tesla, people will invest on there. One of our clients, when Tesla had his IPO, he already had a Tesla. And so he was like, dude, I got to get in on his IPO. So he bought that years ago. Because what was he doing? He was betting on Elon and his ability to build something. Other people bet on industries. They're like, I know this industry. Like some people are heavy in like defense and aerospace because they probably work in that industry and understand the defense and aerospace industry. So like, I'm bullish on this industry. I'm going to bet on these ones. I'm going to put my money here. But it comes from understanding, and that's the point. And it comes from that being personalized. When somebody says, I'm buying in this company, they should have a valid reason why they want to do that works for them.
Hey, DJ Greg, how's it going?
What up,
okay,
man?
I'm laughing because I look like 3 different people. We're streaming on Instagram, on Martin's Instagram, on my Instagram, and then we use something that broadcasts us on different platforms. So in this platform, there's no filter, and I look white like a ghost. And then in this filter, and then on Instagram, I realized you could use a filter on Instagram Live. So on mine, I have this toasted almond, so it gives a little bit of color, and so I don't look so ghostly. And then on Martin's, there was just some random crazy filter that I look like a totally different person. But Martin looks like the same person in all of them. I look like a different person. This one on Martin's page looks the least like me. It looks like I have a nose job and some like cat eyes. Okay? Anyways, I gotta use the filter. I don't have it naturally like that. Okay, so anyways,
says you two are an inspiration. Thank you.
Thanks, DJ Greg. Okay, so Martin's talking about knowing specifically what is right for you and your financial goals and the types of investments that are right for you or wrong for you or what you're interested in. And being able to get the information to know that. And so how do you do that? Well, he was talking about some of our different clients and the recommendations and the things that we're talking to them about and how we're increasing their knowledge and helping them invest in the things that they want to grow their wealth based on where they are. And so one of the things that we do with our clients is we have a financial monitoring, a financial health monitoring system. So, we've shared about working with a trainer, and we work with a trainer who has an online app, and we plug in our measurements, we plug in our weight, we plug in our age, our goal, our workouts. She puts our workouts together with the weights, the amount of reps and sets, and how long we rest, and our stretches and our cardio. And then we also have a macros program to know exactly how many calories, fat, protein, carbs that we need to eat based on our specific health numbers and our goals. Yeah. And so we've been able to do that for our clients. We have a financial health monitoring system where we plug in all of your numbers, everything in your finances. So it's all right there. You could see exactly where you stand. We go over what your financial goals are, where you want to get to, because if you go to a financial person for taxes or for life insurance or for, hey, I want to invest in real estate or stock market, they're only looking at one piece of your financial picture. And they may not even be looking at any of your financial picture. They're just looking at what you say you want to learn. They don't know how much you have in reserves. They don't know how much you're making. They don't know what your financial habits are. So to be able to know exactly where you stand in all areas, to see what your whole financial picture, your complete financial house looks like, then now, okay, here I am. You know when you go to the mall and you're like looking for a store and it's like, you are here. Okay, if you just look at the map and you don't know where you are and you're like, oh, I need to get over here, but where the hell am I? You know, or GPS, when you're trying to get somewhere, it starts from where you are and it gives you a direct path to where you're going. So that is the first step, is you've got to be able to know where you stand to then be able to have a plan, a route, a blueprint to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, and everything. So for those of you who don't know, maybe some people just go to the gym and work out, you know, and they kind of guess work and everything. So the way we approach everything is we like to work with professionals who are competent in their field, right? So we don't have the same zone of genius as everybody else. So people who that's their genius is so easy. We were talking to one of our clients, and he does like SEO marketing, right? So that's like his zone of genius, man. He's like so sharp with that. He knows exactly what to do and everything like that. That's not ours. So we look for when anybody who's like, that's their zone of genius. They do well, to crush it, execute in that area. Great. We go to those people and say, okay, so here's what we're trying to do or what we want to do. What's your guidance and what's your pathway? So we have a chiropractor we go to see our chiropractor regularly. So we do maintenance and everything. We have a naturopath who's like a natural doctor who creates customized programs for us, for our bodies, to make sure we're in optimal condition. Then we have our fitness trainer and then our macros. So she works out all of our macros, macronutrients like Chelsea mentioned. When you start looking at how life should be customized to you, then things become different. So if we're doing all of these things in different areas of your life, why is it not happening in your finances? Why aren't your finances customized specifically to you, right? So that's what you have to look at. I wouldn't be able to do the things I want to do at the gym if I had to guess every time, because that's not my area of genius. And then I would know that, hey, if I want to build muscle, maybe I need to shred fat first, get shredded, and then rebuild my body into the way I want to do it with the amount of body fat that I want, right? So if I don't have those things, I may do things out of sequence. And if I do things out of sequence, then I don't get the results I'm looking for. It's like you're trying to bake a cake, but you're putting things in the wrong sequence, so you don't get the end result. Even if you have proper ingredients, you don't have to write recipe or blueprint, and it's not done in the right sequence. So when you do things properly in the right sequence, you end up with a finished product, which is affluence, wealth, prosperity, and the things you want to do financially.
So that's a really good point about doing things in the right order, because it's important to have everything organized, to not only know where everything is, all of your financial pieces, and know where you stand, but then to know what to focus on when. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people tell us, oh, I want to save on taxes. Oh, I need to know how to save on taxes. Okay, great. How much is your business currently generating? How much revenue, and how much of that is profit? Oh, well, I'm thinking about starting a business. Okay, you don't have a tax problem yet. You don't need to be focusing on saving on taxes. You need to get a business started, and you need to generate income. You need to generate revenue, and then you need to make that revenue profitable. When you have a profit, that's when you start to have a tax problem, because you have to pay taxes on your profits. So then you start to look at strategies. Okay, and then if somebody wants to invest, let's say real estate, stock market, whatever it is, but they don't have any money in reserves. Okay, well, let's go in the right order. You got to build up some reserves so you have a strong financial foundation. So if something happens to you or your ability to earn income, then you have that cushion to fall back on. Or let's say somebody wants to focus on retirement, but their income, they have more going out than is coming in. Okay, well, you need to work on increasing your cash flow so you have a surplus to be able to put money away for retirement. So it's about having things organized and then knowing which step to focus on now and which steps you don't have to worry about. So when people come to us and we put this whole custom financial strategy plan together, and they can see all of their finances, and they can see, okay, we help you put together, what is your financial purpose? What are your top 2 financial concerns? And then based on those and based on where you are financially, we start to create this plan. Okay, here's your goals that you want to reach. Here's the next steps, maybe a few steps, 3 to 4 steps that we start you on, so that you can focus on, you can zero in on. Maybe you need to get some life insurance in place. Maybe you need to build up your reserves. Maybe you do need to focus on your tax strategies. Maybe you need some business capital. Maybe you're ready to start investing in real estate. Maybe you want to invest in more real estate. Whatever it is where you are personally in your financial journey, we can help you with specific steps so it becomes so clear. And a lot of times we hear this from business owners because they're busy doing their business. They're busy succeeding in their zone of genius. Yeah. And they don't have time to think about all these things. And they're like, well, I have this and I have this, and I'm not sure if it's the right thing. And my accountant said to do this IRA to save on taxes, but I don't really know if that's right. And I'm putting money. I don't know if I should put more money in. I don't know if I should invest in more real estate. I don't know if I should pay for this car in cash or finance it, or, you know, they have all these things running in their head and they're not sure which way is the right way. So they just start doing some things and not doing some things. So this brings everything into order, and it helps you. Okay, I can see clearly now. I know exactly the next step. And once I complete that, I'm going to do this step and I'm going to do this step. And then this helps you to overall increase your net worth and reach your financial goals so that you can get to those big top goals of expansion and abundance that you dream of.
Yeah. So look, order. I guarantee you that if your financial lines are disorderly, you are not making as much money as you could be making. Money itself does not flow fast when there's disorder, because there's chaos. It doesn't know where to go. Money comes in. Is there a clear direction on where to go? Is there a clear game plan on money comes in? Here's where it goes. These are my targets. This is what I'm doing, right? All this different stuff.
Thank you, Daybreak 197.
I'm loving how she explained it. Awesome. So look, you got to understand, ultimately, it comes down to flows. Your money's got to flow. And to the degree that your area is clean so that money can flow to you, no hesitation, you know, money is flowing. It's just what it is. And as a result of you producing something for people, and as a result of having things in order. Most of the time, if your finances are disorganized, it means something is stopping. Think about it. Imagine there's a traffic clusterfuck, a bunch of cars all over the place, and then some cars trying to get to another destination. How is it going to get there? It's got to weave through traffic, and it's going to go very slowly, try to get around everything to get to its destination. Now imagine everything's smooth, all the cars are traveling in the proper lanes, and everything's running well. It's going to flow. That's the same thing with money and finances. When things are disorganized, things get jammed and stuck and stopped. When things are flowing and well organized, things roll smoothly. We see it all the time because we have years. Chelsea got 27 years of experience in the financial field.
That made me think of the Cat Williams thing about how Biden kept getting older and older because they're like 25, 27, 125 years experience.
Yeah. This is Cat Williams' stand-up routine he was doing. So, you know, understand that we've seen all of this stuff for years. We've had tens of thousands of conversations with people over the years. So,
stop spending so much on avocados. Wait, is that an emoji for something else, or you mean avocados? Avocados can be pricey, especially those organic ones.
We like avocados. Okay. One of the things Chelsea and I do is, and this is actually very helpful. This is also a health thing. Most people add things. This is a key thing when it comes to building wealth and all this different stuff. Wealth, health, all of that. From what I've noticed from my experience, most people a lot of times think they need to add things. They think there's something else they need to add to what they're doing. Most of the time, they need to get rid of shit. They need to exclude things. I used to think the same way. One of the reasons is our meals are very simple. Like for lunch, we pack our meals. She eats her veggies more than I do. I like to put my veggies in shakes because I don't like eating it. She eats her veggies more than I do. So for lunch, I have carbs. I have chicken. We have chicken breast, carbs, and so rice, chicken breast, and then she has her veggies. I have rice and chicken breast. Of course, I season it, so I season all the things on there, so it's well seasoned, and she puts a little bit of seasoning on hers too. So that's it. We exclude all the other shit, and so it can seem like, oh, that's going to be boring or that's going to be tiring, but you know what? It's actually very efficient, and so it's very efficient for us. And sometimes we can swap it up with different things. But we eliminated a bunch of other choices. Ever notice the president of the United States only wears a blue suit or a black suit? Remember one time Barack Obama wore a tan suit, and everybody was like, holy shit, president wearing a tan suit. But why do you think they do that? They're trying to eliminate how many decisions they're having to make. So when you can do that with your finances and you start eliminating shit, you start realizing, and I don't mean eliminate things just from your budget, because there's certain things you need to run and operate your life. But like, if you start eliminating, hey, I don't even need to eat this type of food. This type of food isn't even good for me. You start narrowing things down. You start to realize you have a good portion, a good list of things, and you just eat from that. If you eat a lot of chicken, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so here's an example of what he's talking about in your finances. A lot of people want multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. I don't want just one. I want 7 or 70. And it's great to have multiple streams of income. But if you don't have one stream of income that is producing well, then you're going to have a bunch of streams of income that are not producing well.
That trickles.
Yeah. So instead of focusing on all these different areas and all these investments and all these different things, you got to focus on one thing first, get it working well. Then you can expand and branch out. And usually when it comes to multiple streams of income, you want to get your main thing. Make it like a well-oiled machine. Get that thing going. Get it running on its own, whether you're there or not. And then you can start branching out. You can add products and services. You can add partners. You can add affiliates. You can add, different ways of earning income in the same sphere so that they're complementary. And, you're not like a massage therapist and a scientist and a financial advisor. And I mean, those are kind of like totally different things, but
because then it gets confusing in the marketplace. People don't know what the hell you do because they see you doing a whole bunch of different things and it becomes confusing.
Yeah. And I had a picture in my mind when you were talking about organization and things being clustered is, okay, have you seen the show Hoarders? If you've seen the show Hoarders, imagine walking into one of those hoarders' houses and that's your financial house.
Yikes.
That's your finances. You got shit all over the place. It's piled up. You don't even
literally some of them.
Literally. You don't even know what's hoarders. Where, or you can't even walk through. And then imagine, and then at the end of the show, and they get everything cleaned up and organized, and you could breathe. Literally, it's not like a toxic dump in there, And you can walk through and you can live and you know where things are and you feel healthy and happy and enjoyable and it feels like home, not a dumpster.
Haley says terrifying.
Yes, it's horrible. And that's what some people's finances look like because even at all different financial levels, because especially somebody starts a business, they start producing, they start making money, they get busier. And then things go out because there's not the proper foundation. Things are not in place properly. And then you got to go back and you got to start putting things in. And so that's why it's important to have the right financial guidance as somebody who can look at your whole picture and your goals and they can monitor. Then they can give you a roadmap that you can follow and then adjust along the way. You can adjust. You can make adjustments. We meet with our trainer. We don't just have one workout plan and one macros and nutrition plan. We meet. And we adjust and we say, okay, how are we doing based on our goals? Are we reaching? Do we need to adjust? Do we need to lower? Do we need to increase? Mm-hmm. So that's what we could do with your financial house and your financial blueprint is we can adjust and see how we're doing and then make new goals and new targets to be able to continue growing and expanding. So if this is something that you would like help with, if you'd like to have more organization in your finances, if you'd like to know that you are on the right track to reach your financial goals, that you have all the pieces in place that you need to have an unbreakable financial foundation so that you could do all the investments, you can create financial freedom, you can have passive income,
increase your
income, could build generational wealth, all of these things. If you'd like to learn more about our program and you would like our help with this, you can go check it out at sixbuildingblocks.com/kickstart, sixbuildingblocks.com/kickstart. And if you have any specific questions, you can feel free to reach out as well.
Yeah, so send us a DM if you have questions. I mean, we get anywhere between 50 to 100 DMs. We're engaging with people almost every single day. Camilla, you can probably keep that up on the screen. Thanks. So you do.
And if you can put it on the in Instagram also, that would be awesome.
So we want to. The thing is, your plan should be your plan. It shouldn't be everybody else's plan.
So I like to make offers on those hoarders' houses.
Those actually, if somebody cleans those up, those end up becoming like great deals. And
yeah, because they're not good on the market. People don't like it, but you clean it up and you can make a killing.
Yeah, because a lot of people look at that house and they'll pass up on it, but you can't. Those are foundational properties for affordable housing. Not everybody's going to start with a $300,000, $400,000 house. They may need something smaller to start with. Use that and a springboard to something else. So that all of those are great things. Even we have a turnkey real estate portfolio that invests in affordable housing. So if that's something you guys are interested in, we can show you that through. We talk about all of that in our Wealth Kickstart program. But ultimately, guys, your plan, whatever you do to build wealth, should be specific to you. Chelsea and I workout plans are not the same. She's got different goals. She's got different objectives, different things she's trying to do. Same thing with yourself. When any plan you have should be specific to you and what you're interested in and what you're trying to do, because ultimately, who are you trying to make happy? You got to like fulfill your own purpose in life. And then money and finances, these are just tools to help you play the game better. You've got more resources, you get more options. So then you play the game well so you can acquire these resources to have more options. That's really, it's not more complex than that. And so you shouldn't play somebody else's game. Play the game you want to play financially with your fitness, with your health, on your terms, on your level, not because somebody in the media says this is the way you need to do, or somebody says some other way to handle your wealth. You should do it based on how you want to do it. So anyway,
hey Camilla, can you put the link in my Instagram also?
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're live Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on lots of different platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Thank you.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to send us DMs. How's this so expensive here in Texas? I'm not giving up on owning a home. Yeah, so send us a DM. We can help you plan and map out things to where you can do that. We have clients who, before they even buy, sometimes they will not, their property that they buy is not their primary residence. They will buy a property for the cash flow and then use that cash flow to then pay the excess cash flow to pay where they're living. And then they're still building equity that somebody else is paying down. So you have to understand there's different strategies you can use. This. What's the IG? Just this Instagram that you're watching it on. You can send us a message on here. So you can follow the page, follow for more. We go live each morning. And
why does it look like I have a nose job but not you?
Because I don't need a nose job, man.
I guess it looks a little contoured.
Black people don't get nose jobs.
So I need a nose job?
No, black people don't get nose jobs.
Some do.
I don't know a lot of black people get nose jobs.
All kinds of people get nose jobs.
I don't know a lot of black people get nose jobs.
Okay, that's not the question. The question was about the filter.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he recognizes me as being a brother, so he says, "Hey, you don't need a nose job."
Okay. On that note, thanks so much for tuning in, and let us know if we can help.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow we are talking about how to keep your financial plan on track. So we talked about getting the right information to get the right plan. And then we're going to talk about how to keep that plan on track. So tune in tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern.
See you then.
While I get a nose.